What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Kyle on the Call Sports. I'm Kyle Russo. On today's show, what I want to talk about is how a former third overall NFL draft pick has been traded. But before we get started, make sure to like this video, make sure to leave a comment down below, and of course, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Kyle on the Call Sports. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Earlier today, cornerback for the Detroit Lions, Jeff Okudah, was traded from the Lions to the Atlanta Falcons in exchange for a fifth-round pick in the 2023 NFL Draft. Jeff Okudah, back in 2020, when he was coming out of Ohio State, was recognized as not only one of the best defensive players in the NFL Draft, but recognized as the best cornerback in that draft, hence being selected with the third overall pick. However, throughout Jeff Okudah's first 3 years in the National Football League, he has dealt with some injuries. In his first season with the Detroit Lions, he only played in 9 games back in 2020. In 2021, he only started 1 game before he tore his Achilles. And in 2022, which is undoubtedly his best season in the National Football League since being selected with the third overall pick by the Lions back in 2020, Jeff Okudah started in 15 games. He finished off the season with 73 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception, which then would lead to 1 touchdown. So a pretty solid year for Jeff Okudah this past season in the 2022 season with the Detroit Lions. Now, the likely reason why the Detroit Lions have traded away Jeff Okudah to the Falcons is because this offseason, the Lions have signed corners Emmanuel Mosley, Cameron Sutton. They signed safety C.J. Gardner-Johnson. So they've made some great improvements to their secondary, especially at the cornerback position. And Jeff Okudah now entering his 4th year in the NFL. By May 1st of this year, the Lions were likely going to have to make a decision upon Jeff Okudah's 5th-year option on whether or not they were going to pick it up. And now in trading Jeff Okudah, the Lions now save $5 million and they get a 5th-round pick. And now for the Atlanta Falcons, they acquire a very young and good cornerback in this league. Obviously, the sample size is very small, but when healthy, Jeff Okudah proved in this past season that he could be a good starter in the NFL. Now he joins a defense in which has struggled for many, many, many years, especially in this last season. The Atlanta Falcons were ranked 25th in the National Football League, giving up almost 232 yards per game passing as a defense. And on third down conversions, they allowed teams to convert almost 46% of the time. That ranked them 31st in the National Football League as one of the worst teams when it came to third down defense this past season. Jeff Okudah now joins A.J. Terrell, who was drafted in the same year as Okudah. Okudah was selected with the 3rd overall pick, and A.J. Terrell was selected with the 16th overall pick, I believe, back in 2020 as well by the Atlanta Falcons. They also have Casey Hayward in that secondary. They just signed Jesse Bates to a big contract to add to their safeties. They just added Calais Campbell. So the Atlanta Falcons are definitely looking to improve on the defensive side of the ball. As I alluded to earlier, this has definitely been a weakness of theirs for a very long time. Now, granted, A.J. Terrell didn't have the best of seasons this past season, but in 2021, he had terrific numbers, finishing off the year with 81 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 3 tackles for loss, 16 passes defended, and 3 interceptions. If A.J. Terrell can put up similar type numbers in 2023, combined with the addition of Jeff Okudah, this secondary has the opportunity to be much improved come the 2023-2024 NFL season. For the Atlanta Falcons, this addition of Jeff Okudah could be great for their defense. But as seen in previous years, the health of Jeff Okudah has been a question. So by trading away a 5th-round pick for a former 3rd overall pick, this is a very low-risk, high-reward type of trade for the Atlanta Falcons, and I think it could pan out very nicely for them if Jeff Okudah does stay healthy. So once again, great trade for the Atlanta Falcons in adding to their defense this offseason. But that'll do it here for me today here on Kyle on the Call Sports. I'm Kyle Russo. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to leave a comment down below. And of course, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Kyle on the Call Sports. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next video.